Welcome to Christian Parent Investing Journey.
I'm sitting in the back of a taxi with a senior Apple executive, sort of employee number 12 kind of guy, and I decide to stir the pot. And I turn to him and I say, I spoke at a Microsoft summit, and they gave me their new Zune, and I have to tell you, it is so much better than your iPod Touch. And he turned to me and said, I have no doubt. Conversation over. Because the infinite player isn't playing to be number one every day with every product. They're playing to outlast the competition. If I had said to Microsoft, oh, I've got the new iPod Touch, it's so much better than your new Zune, they would have said, can we see it? What does it do? We have to see it. Because one is obsessed with their competition, the other is obsessed with why they do what they do, the other is obsessed with where they're going. And the reason Apple frustrates their competition is because secretly, they're not even competing against them. They're competing against themselves. And they understand that sometimes you're a little bit ahead, and sometimes you're a little bit behind. And sometimes your product is better, and sometimes you're not. But if you wake up every single morning and compete against yourself, how do I make our products better than they were yesterday? How do I take care of our customers better than we did yesterday? How do we advance our cause more efficiently, more productively than we did yesterday? How do we find new solutions to advance our calling, our cause, our purpose, our belief, our why every single day? What you will find is over time, you will probably be ahead more often. Those who play the infinite game understand it's not about the battle, it's about the war. And they don't play to win every day.
One of the things that Apple and Tesla have in common is the infinite game mindset. Instead of competing against competitors, Elon Musk sees them as industry players that can potentially help with Tesla's mission to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. Tesla even open source its patents for other industry players or in fact any parties for the advancement of electric vehicle technology. From Elon's blog post in 2014, he wrote, Tesla Motors was created to accelerate the advent of sustainable transport. If we clear a path to the creation of compelling electric vehicles, but then lay intellectual property landmines behind us to inhibit others, we are acting in a manner contrary to that goal. Tesla will not initiate patent lawsuits against anyone who, in good faith, wants to use our technology. He then went on to explain why Tesla built up its patent portfolio in the first place. But in reality, patents often do not enrich the innovation nor the inventors. As Elon wrote, too often these days patents serve merely to stifle progress, entrench the positions of giant corporations and enrich those in the legal profession, rather than the actual inventors. Elon pointed out that given Tesla's scale back then, Tesla alone is not enough to address the carbon crisis. And he went on to summarize by saying, we believe that Tesla, other companies making electric cars, and the world would all benefit from a common, rapidly evolving technology platform. Technology leadership is not defined by patents, which history has repeatedly shown to be small protection indeed against a determined competitor, but rather by the ability of a company to attract and motivate the world's most talented engineers. We believe that applying the open source philosophy to our patents will strengthen rather than diminish Tesla's position in this regard. We often hear the media saying Tesla's competition is coming, yet outstanding leaders and innovators are often far from those finite thinking. Therefore, as investors, it is a bonus when we notice a CEO like Elon, who basically demonstrated his infinite game mindset. It just makes our life easier in identifying which company to research or to invest in. Another classic mindset of retail investors is to compete against the Dow Jones or the Nasdaq indices, or even investment idols' investment performance, such as Warren Buffett's over 20% average annual returns. That is actually what Microsoft was doing back then. That's why we don't only look for companies which are playing the infinite game, but we ourselves have to embrace that mindset as we play the long game of investing. However, don't take it the wrong way as to compare our investment return this year against last year, but to understand that it's not about the battle, it's about the war. We are not fund managers who are measured by their portfolio's quarterly and yearly performance. Instead, we should focus on actions that help us advance our cause, our purpose, our beliefs through the investment we do. It may sound easy to understand the concept of the infinite game mindset, yet to put it into practice, we will need a clear purpose and potentially a new investment approach, which I shared mine in a previous video. Next time when we hear the media about another Tesla killer EV from Volkswagen, Honda or other players, don't let the market FUD affect you. The market has fear, uncertainty, and doubts because they don't understand how great companies or great leaders think. As a retail investor with limited resources, we don't beat the market by having unique tools or the latest information. Instead, we earn the right to win by having our unique investment approach and a purpose-driven mindset. And we execute our investment plan over the long game. Many people thought that techniques or tools or know-how can bring them unfair advantages. Yet I believe that the most important toolbox is actually our mental models and mindset. I'll discuss further with an example about 10 bagger versus 100 bagger in a future video. Please subscribe so you will be alerted when it becomes available. If you find this useful, please think of someone to share this with. Alone we go faster, together we go further. Have a joyful day.